Hello, Earth signs. It's Sagittarian Truth Seeker here, and I'm here with your love readings for the month of June. Here you get to pick which reading you are guided to, which one you feel like would resonate with you, and some of the other ones may as well. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising, Venus, or North Node, however you want it to apply to you. I will put the timestamp in the description box, and I'll give you a few seconds to meditate on which reading you would like to go to. Thank you guys. Enjoy. Hello guys, this is Sagittarian Truth Seeker here, and I am here with A for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I am here with option A. I am going to shuffle on camera, so if you want to go ahead and fast forward through this, you can. I also would like to say that I am an intuitive tarot reader, so if I do not go by dictionary meanings, then I'm not guided to really do so. Each individual card has its own meaning in different readings. Okay. All right. So this is for those who chose A for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, North Node as well. And it could also be vice versa, as we know. So let's look at what we have going on here, and I will also highlight signs that highly resonate other than Earth signs here. We have the Empress coming out, representative of Libra and Taurus energy here. Also very feminine energy, very nurturing energy that is trying to pop out, somebody that is trying to emerge, trying to grow. I also have the Emperor. So the Emperor and the Empress is popping out. So this is definitely signifying a potential of a committed relationship with masculine and feminine energy. So let's see what we have going on here. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. Let's see what we have at the bottom. We do have the King of Cups. This deals with strong emotions, okay? This deals with really strong emotions, being emotionally mature in a situation or a connection. And what I did see was two very mature individuals. So, or supposed to be true individuals, but what I do see or kind of looking at is a divine connection here. So we have to see how that's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and lay out the cards here, and then I'm going to call out some signs that resonate with this very well here. All right, so we're going to keep the overall King of Cups energy. Now, this is about whatever the connection is and whatever's going on. What this relationship is going to require is a deep level of understanding between the two of you in order for you guys to merge together, okay? So let's see the zodiac signs, and I am pulling for here. So I got the number 6, so I'm going to pull 6 signs, and I could get double signs here. I have Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, which I did call out Taurus. Okay, so it could be you that's just highly significant in here, or it could either be another sign of Taurus that you're dealing with here. All right, we have Virgo, Pisces. Wow, we're missing fire. And Capricorn. All right, so we have all the earth as you guys. Then we have Gemini, Cancer, Pisces. Now, if the sign does not come up, it does not mean that, it doesn't mean that the sign doesn't apply to that sign. It just means, you know, these are the ones that are very strongly highlighted. But what I'm also seeing is the lack of fire is the lack of desire. So, and that's the lack of work, because without the wands, we cannot build anything. And that's the passion and the drive and determination to build an unconditional love and keep strong emotions flowing. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So the center energy, which is you are represented as the Two of Cups. Okay, so some of you are in a relationship currently, or that's what you're looking for. Okay, you're looking for a connection, or you're actually in a romantic connection. Okay, let's see what's centered around, or what the feelings is around this connection. Okay, ooh. Oh, goodness. All right, so we have some indecisiveness here. Some of you, you're dealing with, you will have a new soul contract coming in, which is like a new soulmate connection that you have not experienced before, or even somebody from a past life coming in. But the thing about it is there's so many scattered emotions between you, the person you be with, and the person that be coming into your life, or you have already experienced and they're coming back around. Okay, so this looks like to be somewhat of a love triangle, but the thing about it is what's happening with this solar eclipse is it's bringing in new contracts. It's bringing in new love contracts with different people. We have expired contracts where the relationship was over. That's why I say we've had a lot of tower moments. The energy is too crazy to pick one specific reading for everybody. So this is why I gave you guys options. But the first thing that came out with the Two of Cups was torn in between the two. Okay? Torn in between two people. And another red one that came out is emotionally detached. Okay, and that's why I was saying, if we don't have those deep emotions and feelings from both parties, then it's kind of going to hurt the connection of the relationship. So we have one person in this quarrel that has an emotional detachment. And that could even possibly, it could be the person that's coming in, or it could be the person that's leaving, but this looks to be a major challenge here. Also, we have, and this is, I'm going to keep the way that this connected here, but this has, I'm all in if you are, and I'm not doing anything wrong, okay? So you guys got a lot going on, and I told you, like, in the shadows, we do have a new soul contract coming in. So for some of you who are like, I want somebody new, I don't want anything to do with the past here, looks like somebody interfere and try to change your decision, but overall, you're going to have to choose, because the first thing that came out with this Two of Cups is torn in between the two. So you're going to have to choose which soulmate you want, which connection you want. And the best way to choose this is what is going to be on an emotional level. Who satisfies you emotionally? Okay, that's what this is based on, just off the water energy. Okay, so what we're striving towards here is the King of Wands. So there goes your fire here. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Somebody is wanting, it doesn't have to be a fire sign, but this person is wanting a very passionate, fun, exciting, goal-oriented, ambitious person. Like, even if you see this picture, this person looks to be blind, but they're still running a race. This is a person who has a vision without necessarily seeing something. They have it in their mind and they want to strive and they want to make it work. And also, remember, this isn't based off gender at all. This is based off of, you know, the personality traits of this. So we have some fire energy with water. So we have fire and water, and we do have a lot of earth here, but it's two people. We have passion, we have understanding. I see two people, so I'm seeing this torn in between the two already. Okay, so let's see what's holding us back. Is the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Coins. There's a couple things with this here. This is also representative of an earth sign, of course, but this is about the work that you have to put in for this. This is maybe that emotionally detached person that you feel you want, but ultimately it's the support and the stability of a person. So you even question, yes, you have everything that I need emotionally, but can you dedicate yourself to us, to me and you? Can you really bring that to light? Okay. So what I'm going to see is, I want to see how this King of Wands is feeling, how this King of Wands feel in the connection. Because I really feel like this is the person that we're striving towards, whether we know this person or not, but this is how we want to pick it. Okay. This person has major trust issues. Okay. This would be the emotionally detached person. This is the new soul contract. This fire sign is a new person that could possibly come into your life. But the thing about them is they are emotionally detached because they have major trust issues. I don't know if you guys had something going on in the past, or, you know, they came in with issues, with trust issues. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with here. That's why we want to, if we want this person, we're going to have to maybe show them that we're dependable, reliable, and trustworthy, because the Knight of Coins is really a trustworthy individual. They're focused on their work. They're focused on making something that'll make a profit. Okay, very determined energy. All right, they hold their coins very close to them. Very supportive, not the most exciting, but one of the most loyal. And so if you're going for a fire sign, guys, you're going to have to try to balance each other out. Because earth, I will say earth and fire they're not incompatible, but they're more hard to tame, because you both think on different sides of, you know, the equator. So you guys are going to have to try to merge together. They just don't want their, you know, their passion to die, their fire, their freedom. You know, they like to move around, and earth signs are way more, you know, constructive, routine, and disciplined. So you guys have to meet somewhere in the middle. And so this person has trust issues here. And it's the person that we're trying to get to regardless of the sign. And one person is like, I'm all in. This is why I'm not doing anything wrong. This person even feel like, I don't know, are you being sneaky? You may be a workaholic with the Knight of Pentacles. You may be at work, you may be busy, you may be devoted to your family members. If you have kids, you know, making money, making a future, making a legacy. And for some reason, somebody feels like, oh, I don't trust this person. And then somebody's saying, I'm not doing anything wrong. Okay? If you feel like I'm all in if you are. I am dedicated if you are with that Knight of Coins. So somebody just needs to see that there is loyalty in a relationship. But yet there's another person, there's somebody else. Okay? So I feel like it's the earth sign that is torn. And remember, this can't go vice versa. I'm just telling the storyline. But there's somebody who is still torn in between two decisions. Because for some of you, it may be like stay with an old contract and try to make this work. It could be a water sign, doesn't have to be. It could be an air sign here too. Be a Gemini or something. And also, it could be any sign. But you're dealing with somebody and they're new. It's a brand new contract that you can start with somebody and they have trust issues. And for some reason, they have trust issues against you. And it may not be you in general, but whatever they have been through in the past, they're like, hey, I don't know about this. And with the King of Wands energy, this is somebody who doesn't mind doing their own thing, being in their own lane. They're very independent. So to bring somebody else into their life could be a challenge upon them because they don't know, you know, I'm comfortable where I am. If I incorporate somebody else in my life, will I be able to trust them? Okay. And this is why we have the King of Cups as well, because it's like you're going to need the emotional support of each other to have any type of trust or belief. Okay. So let's see what happened in the past here. We have the Queen of Blades, which is the Queen of Swords. So we do have that air sign here. I feel like you guys, this is the third party. There's somebody who's intercepted. Somebody has intercepted here. And they've gotten in the way of what you wanted. This is the torn in between the two. You may not be torn, but you might. But this fire sign also be torn. And it also could be the both of you. You have decided to go in completely different directions and now somehow you're coming back together. Or if you haven't met, this would be somebody totally brand new, but you're just not sure whether to walk away from everything that you have possibly invested in the past. But also with the Queen of Swords, this is a person who has been hurt before, okay? This is a person you have to prove yourself, or they have to prove themselves of being trustworthy, because the Queen has been through things. This is why she has a heart. People make it seem like she doesn't have a heart. She's just a cold-blooded person, but she's not. She just has been through things. She's learned, she's grew, and she know I cannot wear a heart on my sleeve. No possible way. And in order for me to take you seriously, you're going to have to show me. I'm going to have to feel it. Queen of Swords is the most challenging person in a reading to get to open up. But when you get them to open up, it's a very beautiful thing. So let me see about this Queen of Swords. How is she or he feeling? It doesn't matter who we have cards jumping out. Oh, goodness. We need to talk now. They're feeling, and look how she's pointing. Look how serious she looks. We need to talk now. This is definitely a lover's quarrel for a lot of you. Yeah, this is whomever this is an unhealthy attachment. She's the person in the way. Or he or she, this is the person in the way. Also, when it comes to swords and the people, as far as the tarot goes, they're known as catalysts a lot of times. These are the people who teach you things. And then you move on to somebody new. So some of you are dealing with an expired contract. This person has taught you everything that you're supposed to learn from them. You're supposed to move on. They might not want you to move on, but they were a spiritual catalyst for your growth. And now it's time for you to experience true love at the Two of Cups. And your partner is up here. This is what we're striving towards. It doesn't matter what sign. They have some issues. I'm not going to lie. This person has issues, but this may be your next step. You guys develop trust right here based off compassion together. This is another step in your journey. So this person is interfering. That is the torn in between the two. Somebody is stuck to their catalyst. Okay? So let's take where this roots from, and it's the Page of Cups. And let me tell you what happened here. This doesn't have to be in the past. Remember, we haven't really experienced February all the way, but this is a crush. This is a romantic gesture. This is somebody who kind of likes you. Page of Cups is something very playful, very light. Could have possibly even been a friendship, something like that. But what's in the way, what's right in the middle is a person that it's time for them to go, and they're not going to be happy about it. And you know, readings are more spiritual than anything, but this person was a catalyst for your growth. And now you have grown, and now you have that contract between the spiritual catalyst and you have expired, but either you're kind of torn whether you should deal with this person, or you know, they're not having it. They really want to stick around. Let me see about this Page of Cups, because this is new. The Page of Cups is somebody that you are kind of familiar with, but you know, it starts out very fresh. Yes, going with the flow. There's somebody you met, and it could have even been what you felt was by accident, but it's actually on purpose. But this person has to move. It's time for them to go. This is almost Page of Cups with going with the flow. It's almost meeting somebody kind of on accident. You didn't plan on it going that way. You didn't plan on liking this person. You didn't plan on being, you know, having strong emotions for them with the King of Cups, but you did, and it was meant to be. But maybe at the time that you guys met, it wasn't that time. Now it seems to be the time. But we have an interference, and what I have in the shadows is foul play and sabotage. And like I told you, there's somebody in the midst of this that has to go, and they're trying to sabotage your connection by interfering. Shadow energy. Black magic, foul play, or sabotage. Okay? Your catalyst must go. Whomever it is. It could even be, this water sign could be your catalyst, and then the real deal is trying to come in. There could be a female in the way, most definitely. It could be a male too. I do see male and female. I see a lot of people. That's one thing. Another thing I see a lot of people. Okay. So some of these could even be the people in the way here. And so that's blocking the fire energy that you're looking for. If you're looking for a fire sign, it seems to be blocking. I didn't get one fire sign, and it could be because somebody is trying to sabotage you guys' connection. Your karmic here. Karmic, spiritual catalyst, however you want to do it. Either way, you do learn from a karmic and a spiritual catalyst, and you progress, you learn, you move forward. So you have a lot on your plate here. So the events that are coming in the near future for you is the Temperance. Beautiful. So this is about compromise between the two of you, but this is also, you not agree on every single thing, but you learn to mix, to make it, it's kind of like finding the best recipe for you guys to work. Okay? Ooh, I told you guys have a lot of energy, and this pops right back out, you guys. Black magic, foul play, sabotage. It may not be black magic, but there's some type of sabotage, and the way it fell over there, I'm going to leave it over there. Now, these cards have lots of energy in them, guys. So this fire sign, or whomever this person is, they have something to say to you. This person has major trust issues. They're not ready for you yet. And if you were to go into this connection, it would not be equal. Okay? That's what they have to say to you. This person either likes or loves you, but they have a lot of growing to do. Okay? And it wouldn't be an equal connection. So if you're waiting on this person, I feel like this is the conversation that you guys have, and they just have to tell you that. This is that Temperance energy. They have to tell you what's going on, and then you guys can talk about it and decide how you want to handle the situation. Okay? And then I have something that fell right here between the Queen of Swords and this. Okay, we're dealing with a past life soulmate. Past life connection, past life soulmate. So for some of you, it's still a spiritual catalyst of some sort. But others of you, if you are dealing with an air sign, it is a past life soulmate connection that they want to be with you. And they want to talk to you about that. And it's crazy, but I feel like the person that you're really wanting is not ready for you. Okay? So I'm going to leave this right here how I feel, because this is our how we're going to get over this. How are we going to get past this? Okay, so the future, how it is currently with everything that is going on, we have the Tower. I figured that everybody's getting a Tower moment. We got the Tower. Somebody is going to have to go. Somebody has to go. And it may not, you may not want them to go, they may not want you to go, but it's like a final goodbye. And another Tower, what I'm seeing with this is somebody's going to find out. Somebody's going to find out you're sabotaging your relationship, connection, you're interfering, you're in the way. This is an aha moment. Tower energy. Look how crazy that is. This is like an aha moment for a lot of you guys of realizing that this whole time, the reason why you couldn't get to where you wanted to be is because of somebody else. Or you realize that this person is a catalyst, you know? You realize it's time for you to grow and that it's time for you to move. And sometimes a lot of Tower moments is when you find out things about these individuals that you didn't know and that they have been had hidden for a long time. Okay? So I feel like this Tower moment is going to come regardless. It's time. Everybody's moment will be different though. And everybody will be able to handle it different, whether you're willing to let it go or not. The best thing for Tower moments I suggest is just to let it fall, let it go. The more you fight it, the more it would hurt. Okay? All right, so let's see where this fell at. How to get over what is holding you back. Yep, it's to find out the truth. I have the Knight of Swords. By sabotage, foul play, whatever. I feel like that's that Tower moment because you guys, you're going to find out the truth about all this chaotic energy that has been circling around your love life. You're going to find out. You could be the person like, I need to talk to you right now. I need to talk to you right now. What the hell is going on? Then you have a conversation with the Temperance. That's the conversation. One person looks really disgusted. The other person looks kind of like, meh. But you guys have to somewhat meet in the middle. And then it just seems like all of this is just going to blow up. But I feel like it's going to work for everybody. If the shadow energy is the King of Cups, it works for you. But you take a break afterwards and need a little time of peace. Because I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. It's a lot of shifts in a small amount of time. Okay? But once again, we're missing a lot of fire. There's just a person here. But they have a lot of red flags, you know? They have a lot of red flags by them. So how to change what is right now to what it should be? We just have movement, and it's positive movement with the Eight of Wands. And you know what that means? That goes with the Tower. You have to go ride the wave. Pretty much you have to ride the wave of what's doing, because after all of this fall, everything becomes clear. Everything becomes clear. Whew, you have a lot going on. Yep. Tower moment shadows. You will be ending a romantic cycle with somebody. And that opens the door for your new lover. Even though it's going to seem painful as hell, it opens the door for somebody new. Okay? All right, guys. Hello, Earth signs who picked storyline B. All right. Storyline B. I am an intuitive reader, so if I do not read like the dictionary version of a card says, I'll be guided in a different direction. I read off energy and what I'm being shown, okay? So let's see about B. What do we have going on over here? If you don't want to see me shuffle, go ahead and skip through, but I am going to tell you the zodiac signs that are strongly highlighted in this reading as well, okay? All right, two more times, they're saying. All right, we're gonna cut 1, 2, and 3. Bottom of the deck, guys, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is the 7 of coins here. This is about investments, as we know. The thing about the 7 of Pentacles right about now during February in these Tower moments is it's like what I have put into this. Either I can see or I cannot see, or I'm looking forward to. Because a lot of people are having to start from ground zero and get an Ace of Pentacles and just start out brand new and just begin to, you know, put their progress and work into other things. I mean, as far as situations and other people here. But as you can see, it looks like this person is really pondering. What else could I do? What move can I make? Is this good enough? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I open up something else? Okay. But then there's somebody handing something, but we cannot see. All right. And this is all be about loyalty, right? So I'm going to go ahead out the cards. Sorry if it's crooked. Crooked. All right. All right. So the signs that we have here, and I'm grabbing from a bag. They say grab 5. So even if the signs are not in the reading that you're either cross-watching for or looking towards, it doesn't mean it's not in here, but these are highly highlighted with you guys' energy with this reading. So we have Libra, Aries, and Gemini, and they come out at the same time. I don't know what significance that has with anything, but for somebody, it will make sense why those came out at the same time with Aries and Gemini. Pisces and Cancer. So, okay, we have almost an equal share here of water, air, and a little bit of fire here. So let's see what's going on. Let's see where you sit in the whole situation. All right, we have you at the 3 of Swords, okay? So we are at a disappointing energy. And when we saw that 7 of Pentacles, it's like, I've spent a lot of time. I've put in a lot of work. I thought that I was going to really get something out of this, and this has failed. This didn't grow. This didn't blossom like I thought it would. This person is, you know, very, very upset. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get into this. Let me see what's going on. What type of thoughts are surrounding you right now? What type of thoughts is surround Earth signs here? What type of thoughts are surround Earth energy? All right. All right. For some of you, you need to watch your finances. That popped out. So some of you, there could be financial situations as well. But also, somebody has something to tell you. Either you have something to tell somebody, and it's really making you upset because it seems like we're going to break somebody's heart, or somebody's heart has already been broken, or somebody told you something. But it's hitting towards you guys, so you have to actually say something or tell something to somebody. But also another thing that raises is please watch your finances. But also what we have in the shadows here is I'm numb. Okay, I am numb. So either in the month of February, we receive some information, or we have to tell somebody something that would be very heartbreaking. Okay. All right. Because there's so many shifts going on that, you know, some people are instantly turned off or instantly not interested in somebody anymore because something has been revealed to them. The veil has been, you know, uncovered and unmasked. And a lot of people, they're just changing like randomly. It's very random and it's spontaneously. So some of you, this is in a situation where you have to leave or you have to walk away because you no longer feel the same, or you're guided to be with somebody else. And it can also be vice versa. And now we're really in a thought. We're really stuck in thought. Okay? And some of you just have to, you feel like you need to express your emotions because the 3 of Swords can also be about venting. So we have something that we really have to say to somebody, and it's kind of tearing us up inside because we haven't yet to be vocal about it. Okay. All right, let's see. So our striving goal is to start. This is healing, yes, but it's also getting what you want, what you've been working for. The star is also about navigation. So I'm saying some of you, you feel like you need to go into a different direction, whether forwards or backwards. It's about movement, but this is about rejuvenating the body and the mind and the soul. But you know, this is the wish card. So after you rejuvenate yourself, get back on track, get emotionally and physically and financially stable, you get what you want. You restore your hope, your optimism, your openness for love and affection. This is like, I want what I wish for. But the thing about the star, the way to get to that is to work on self. And some of you, if you're in a relationship, you both have to mutually agree to want to fix it. The star symbolizes it can be fixed. No matter how horrible things went, if you both want to put in, then yes, it can be fixed. This is like a miracle card. But if it's one-sided, then no, it can't be. And that's where you have to be the star and heal yourself. Okay? Yep, we're moving on. We're having to move on. The Chariot energy here, our obstacle. Because right now, the three of Swords is not the strongest point to be at. You know, this is a lot going on in the mind and a lot going on within the heart. So our obstacle is to, you know, build ourselves back up and have that determination to go in a different direction. And some of you, if it's something that can be fixed, is still getting the both of you to go in the same direction. Either way, it's going to take determination and willpower. So healing and moving forward is surfacing around you, but you have to, you know, want to. And right now you feel like I just need a break. Some of you were dealing with possibly a fire sign, or if it's not a fire sign, it's somebody, you know, it was either an on and off type of romance. It was something that you thought was going to go somewhere. For some of you, I mean, just to be honest, there were red flags at the beginning about this person, but we looked over it. They showed some inconsistency at first, but we thought, you know, if we show that we're interested, so will they. And if I show time, affection, and motivation, it will motivate them, and it will want them, you know, they will want to build something with me. But that's not the case. They still have the same maturity level as they have when they started with you. And I honestly feel like we ignored some red flags there. And now we're really hurt about this because we're forced to move on because the person that we wanted to grow with is just not going to grow with us. Okay? And for some of you, it could have money involved, or this person, they, you know, with you being the Seven of Pentacles over here, you could have bought things for them. You guys could have planned together, went on vacations, you lived together, savings account together. And now you need to watch your finances before this person takes it or takes advantage of you or just want money out of you. Because the Knight of Wands they're so risky and so frivolous, you know, they not be really good with money. They're like money comes, money goes. It'll come back around type of attitude. Okay? So that's something else to be mindful of. Now let's go back so we can find the root of the issue. So we have, for some of you, watch your finances. Because it looks like in the past with the Nine of Coins, this is somebody who was good, was comfortable. You see how her door is open? She's not worried about anything. She doesn't think anybody is going to come and mess up her energy or take anything from her. This is a huge level of comfort and vulnerability. It's a very self-empowered person who's focused on themselves. And they do have their finances in line and everything is going great from them. This is like somebody who's kind of tending to themselves, minding their own business. And then behind that comes the stress. Some of you, Earth is popping up here. Some of you, this is work, honestly. It's work. It's exhaustion for others of you. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm wanting some sense of freedom myself. And some of you, you had a person who never intended. They never intended on a romantic relationship to grow at all. And, you know, they were going to plan to be single the whole time. But somebody got emotionally invested. And now it's an overload. And now it's to the point where you have to pick up and go. Because this person probably is gone. Okay? But for a lot of you, this is really financial. So take care of that as well. And watch out for people. So let me look at this Nine of Coins. Let me look at this person. Let me look at this situation. How are we feeling here? Oh, okay. It pops out. Could have been an earth sign, guys. But like I said, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is somebody who's very self-invested. Okay? And you could have been dealing with a person just like that. It was all about them from the beginning. Look what I have. Someone is not being honest in unrequited love. This could have been a person who fed you all types of things. You know, they fed you all types of stories, but the whole time they're minding and tending to themselves. They want freedom. Knight of Wands energy right back here. Free spirited energy. Hard to tame. Look at them. Very hard to tame. Very wild. You know, very fun though. Very fun. Very exciting. But yet when you talk about commitment, this is something that they shy away from. Every night is in the process of learning something. They're not matured fully. So you have to kind of pick, you know, if you're willing to deal with something. Because soon as this type of energy gets bored, they leave. Because they're comfortable with being by themselves. And it leaves the other person hurt. Okay? So this is a deep sense of healing for some of you. And I'm telling you, yeah, money-wise too. If you've been giving this person money, if this person is younger than you and you've been a financial investment to them, you need to take that away. No longer do anything for this person financially. Cut that loose. They will drain you of your money as well as your energy. Okay, so what we have coming up, we have the 10 of Coins. I love to see that. Okay, so for some of you, if you've had a loss of a job or, you know, loss of finances, something is going to come through for you. Okay, some inform or influx of money is going to come through. Some of this is your income tax. Some of you, this is a surprise, an abundance of money, an inheritance coming for you. Some of you win an agreement if you're getting a divorce, but there's success coming for you, especially if you're looking for a new job. So even though this may not be just emotional happiness for you, this may not heal what you're going through, it heals a part of something. Okay? And some of you even go to find somebody else that wants commitment. That's exactly what it looks like for some. You just, after you finally get over this, like I told you, the star is always going to be the wish card. After you get over what's hurting you, you're navigated to something that has feelings and more, you know, emotionally invested in you, and maybe even financial, because the Pentacles is like a legacy. That's like long-term commitment. So let's see. Okay. Yep. What did I say? All right. For some of you, like I said, it is a new job. I said that and it came right out. And then I told you somebody else, for some of you, because this is why 2 came out. It's somebody who's very well established. They have kids and stuff already. That's what I mean by established. Like they have a family, but they're not married, but they have custody of their kids. And they begin to fall for you very quickly. Okay, but just make sure, because I feel like this person, this situation comes from healing the body and the mind. That's how you get it, if you've already done the work. But I definitely said new job, because I'm looking like, yeah, that looks like some money. But and if it's a person, they begin to fall, you fall for this person quickly, they fall for you quickly, but you need to make sure that, you know, you're not attached to this person trying to get over somebody else or trying to fill a void. Because then that person wouldn't probably be able to stick around and he put you in like a karmic cycle or a karmic lesson. Okay? And you'd be dependent on that person, and that's not what we're wanting. Okay? So congratulations for those of you, new job. All right, now let's keep going. So if we keep everything as it is and don't change, yes, some of you are coming into an earth sign and some of you are coming into, like I said, you get actually a nice job. It's not an apprentice. It could possibly be second, third level type of job with the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay. And some of you, this is the person that you go to. Now, the difference is if this is a person, they move really slow. So you're going to actually bring in somebody totally opposite. Okay. You might go from fire to earth here, but I'll just let you take a look at these. But you move, these people move different. This person is very precise, very detailed. Okay. They're worried about what they have and what they're trying to make of something. And this person, they don't really have a direction. They're just moving and going with the wind. So the next person that comes in for you seems to be a lot more responsible and knows how to prioritize. Now for you, this could possibly, well, you're an earth sign, so this should be good. But for some of you who like that fast and furious, you have to adjust. Okay? Knight of Pentacles is kind of routine. You know, they're routine. You just have to kind of bring them out of their shell a little bit. And little by little, they'll be, you know, how you want them to be. You guys have to compromise on that. But you go into something way more promising. Now, the Knight of Coins, Pentacles, like every night, they still have something to learn. But most of all, their lesson is to learn how to, you know, be a little spontaneous. Not all the time, but just, you know, a little excitement. So they like to stick to their plan because the plan works. So this is somebody who has to loosen up, and maybe you can teach them how to loosen up. Okay, so that's good. Now let me also see about this Knight of Pentacles and see what this person has going on. Oh yes, look what comes out. I want to be with you. This person will show definitely dedication. But the only thing, we do have some red flags, and this also popped up in the shadows when I shuffled these here, but we have neglect and ignoring issues. And like I said, everybody will have, you know, their problem. But there are these certain things that this person ignores. But I feel like you guys will be able to compromise and come to one accord. Okay? So, but just be careful. Because this person falls really quickly. Really quickly. And for some of them, they've just got out of a relationship. They've just gotten out of a romantic type of thing. You might meet this person at work. I hate to say it, but for a small sum of you, the person may be still married, but like separated. So you really just need to be careful because they fall rather quickly, and you need to figure out, like, why are you falling so fast? Especially if they're a very delicate, slow moving, slow paced earth sign. They may not be, but they come off that way, or they work a lot. They could have their own business as well. Okay, so how to get over what is holding us back is Queen of Swords. That could be a person, but it also is cutting down to the facts. But that's also changing your attitude. If you can see the Three of Swords with the Queen of Swords. This is, you know, your emotions all out on the table here. And this person is stern, determined, and, you know, calling the shots. So it's time to kind of step up to the plate and let's change our attitude. Okay? We have to get out of that, you know, feeling that we felt. So how to change what is to what should be is just take out time for yourself and rest and relax with the Four of Swords. Okay. There's no need to jump quickly into this other person that you meet. That's why I'm saying really be careful. You may even fall for this person quickly. Could be an air sign too, but it's okay to take your time. A lot of you are moving on to a new job. For real. And it brings financial security for you and maybe your kids or your family as well. Okay. But that's what we have here. But move at your own pace, because even color-wise here, reds are red flags, okay? Then we move into the green and the blues, which is the nice and the neutral energy. So we're moving into something a lot better. We just have to make sure that that past stays in the past, okay? All right, guys. Thank you, bees. Hello, Earth sign, C squad. All right, so if you pick C, we're going to do that one here. Now, I do interpret the cards, some of the cards in different ways, depending on how I intuitively grasp the message. So everything I do is not dictionary written versions of stuff, okay? I go based off the energy and what I'm seeing. All right, so let's see. You may want to skip past this, but I also will show the highlighted zodiac signs that are in this reading. Other ones can be too, but there are some that are dramatically highlighted based off the energy that this reading is grasping towards. What did jump out here is the Chariot here. All right. That's about having control of a situation. So this looks like this requires a sense of control and focus. And if you have that, whether you're coming or going, it's a victory. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. All right, thinking. And as we're thinking, it looks like the time is not passing as we're thinking about things here. Go ahead and lay this out. All right, now let's see what signs are highly highlighted in this reading. They told me 6, so that means a lot of them are in this reading here. I have 2 come out together, so Virgo and Cancer. Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, and Libra. Okay. Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra. Sun, moon, rising, all that stuff. Remember, if the sign doesn't pop up, it doesn't mean it doesn't resonate, but some energies are just very close-knit with certain elements right about now. All right, so let's see what is going on. What is your energy like? Where are we with all these thoughts and things that we are having to process, things that we're finding out, that we have to confront other people about, ourselves about? It's something that we rather not want to deal with, but we do. Okay. The Six of Cups. This is actually a very good energy that you're sitting in. So if there needed to be, some of you you're wanting to reconcile with somebody. Others of you, there be somebody who you feel a connection with and that you want to be close to. But this is all about a card of familiarity, but also nostalgic. It can be nostalgic energy with that nine of swords there. Something that we keep repeating over and over and over again in our mind. Okay, so let me see the thoughts that surround you. Thoughts that surround your energy right now. Thoughts that surround Earth sign. Ooh, okay. Let me see what it's touching too. All right. Shadows, I do have ending a romantic cycle. So some of you have ended the cycle in the past year. But I have a lot of things. I have over dramatic and attitude problems that can also go with the Nine of Swords, or somebody is they have an attitude about a certain situation, or they're over dramatizing it. Okay. They're over dramatizing the whole situation that's going on here. So we also have, I don't want a commitment right now. And this is connected to your past. And also here I have uncertain of your feelings for me. And now I'm seeing why. So you're feeling like you're at a good place, or you could be at a good place. You have a connection with somebody, or you want to have a connection with this person. You could have just met them. They could be from your past. But the thing about it is somebody doesn't want a commitment, and it's bothering the other person. It may not bother them because they don't want it now. It could bother you because are you ever going to want it? Are you ever going to want a commitment? Because look, we have the Hangman. Some of you, this is a long time coming. Strong connection. Some of you have kids together and stuff like that, but it's a big pause. That's why for some reason the clock just pointed out to me in this card, and usually, different pictures will point out, but that clock just showed me that time has been ticking, or time will be ticking, because somebody is just not at a committable energy, or they don't feel like they want to be. And so now this has me thinking, I don't know about how you feel. How do you really truly feel about me if you don't want to work towards commitment? Like, come on. Okay. I have to remember that one is connected to this one, and that one is connected to this one. But somebody feels like somebody just overdoing the whole thing. You're just thinking too much. You're just doing too much. Let things go with the flow. Everybody's mindset is different, how they want to kind of go on with the connection here. So let's see what is going on in your past. No, let's not go to the past first. Let's see what we're trying to get to. Look, Three of Cups. Celebrations, happiness. Like, some of you want a marriage. You want a proposal, engagement, or something. Somebody is like, I want to go further. I want some type of level of commitment. I want a good time, but that's what definitely somebody is thinking. That's a goal, is to get to commitment. But then somebody else's goal may be to step back and be friends. So be careful of that. This may be somebody that moves slow. Okay. And so the obstacle, yeah, some of you dealing with somebody totally new. Ace of Wands. And Ace of Wands is beautiful. It's a high, romantic it's a strong ass chemistry. It is so strong, and you feel this magnetic attraction, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a soulmate. They're familiar to me. I've known them before. I want them to at least ask me out, go on a date. Some of you, like I said, they take it as a friendship or friends with benefits, and you take it a lot more seriously. Somehow it's unbalanced. Somehow it's an imbalance, okay? But definitely fire there. So it's like getting past that spark and making it something that could be long term. But we're fighting with somebody who doesn't want to be tied down at the current moment. So what we have in the past is the Six of Wands, which is tied to commitment. Now, honestly, I would take this as a person. First of all, I'm going to take this as somebody that you feel like is awesome, because I have sixes here. This is about progress. So this is like, yes, you know, I finally met somebody that I have an attraction to, that we have chemistry, we have conversation for each other, you know, overall winning thing. But if I take this as a person, you take this Six of Wands as a person, this is a person that's very confident. They have a lot of ego though, but they be a little bit self-obsessed, okay? They're kind of into their self. And this is why I feel like that fell on top of there, because this person, they be too invested in what they have going on, or if they're highly attractive, they just want to be single, you know, to play the field. But it looks is to be a soulmate or a passionate love affair. Okay. So let's go back. Yep. The Chariot. You went in, and I'm getting this Chariot for a lot of people. People are just going in all type of directions. They're just like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. I'll just go out and find somebody new. But that's what happened though. Like, you changed your direction and stuff. You overall, you overcame whatever you were going through. But there's a person that you're really liking. But I feel like you may be overthinking it for some of you, and you may have to start out as friends turn lovers. And even in the future, you're going to want some sort of advancement, and they're going to move rather slow. Because usually the Ace of Wands is like, new. And it's like, let's move. And you know, some of you, if you're spiritually awakened, you could meet a person and you know that you have some type of purpose. You know that there's a purpose for this person. It's like, I've been waiting on you type thing, but they not be awakened to the connection. So what we have coming in the future, oh man, it's the Ten of Swords. And this was on, I'm uncertain about how you feel about me. But I'm telling you, I think somebody's overthinking this. No, it's just like, you just got to let it go at its own pace. I really feel like somebody's overthinking the whole situation. It's something that they really, really want to work. Okay. It's just right now, I feel like even with the Six of Wands, if this is the other person, they be focused on their own goals. It could be work. It could be things that they have already had going for them, you know, while they've been single. And right now they be too busy to, you know, put a commitment on the table. Okay, so we might be doing a little bit of overthinking, but let's see. So in the near future, we do have the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Pentacles, which shows we're still going to be independently single. But what I don't want you guys to do is to overthink it so much that you end it. Okay? So I feel like somebody is going to, you know, they're going to just go too far with it, and you're going to end it. But now, if you've been waiting on this for a very long time with the Hangman, then I definitely understand. You're like, hey, they're focused on them with the Six of Wands, so I might as well focus on myself too, which is a good thing. But yeah, I see work and business and goal-oriented type of cards. So it may just take time, and it may just feel like a friendship. It feels like friends with benefits type of thing, but it just looks like it takes time. It takes time. Okay, so how do you get over what is holding you back is the Page of... Did you get to know this person? That's what the Page of Swords is about. You know, get to know them. Get to know the stuff that they're interested in, whatever they're focused on, you know, ask about that. It's a slow process. It's a slow process. So it's saying just take your time with this. You know, observe and watch this person, communicate with them. But the thing about the Page of Swords, like the downside of the Page of Swords, is they get so obsessed with something that they saw or something that they feel or that they think, and they take it. This is an overanalyzer sometimes. Okay? And then they get this distance between them and this person because of the story that they've made up, you know? And I feel like that's really why I have, you know, being over dramatic right now. Because somebody just went to, oh, I feel like I really, really like you, to, oh God, this is over, I can't. You know, they don't want it right now. They're not focused on me. And I just feel like it could be something actually very beautiful if we just let nature take its course. Okay? Okay. So how to change to what is to what should be, we have the Seven of Swords. And I feel like this is not what needs to be. I feel like we're at where it needs to go. But I feel like somebody's going to run with that Seven of Swords here. it's going to be too much thinking. But the Seven of Swords is about strategy. It's about planning something. You know, it's about maybe not necessarily speaking on what you're planning, but just kind of going with the flow of things and let things evolve. But on one side, for those of you who've been waiting for a very long time, it's time for you to go. It'd be time for you to go with the Seven of Swords. It's time for you to sneak off. But for others of you, it's just time for you to kind of focus on yourself, strategically plan things, because with the Nine of Pentacles, this could be your material world, your finances, your work, your home life, your kids. It could be telling you to focus and like plan and work on that. Because you have a lot of observation, learning, observing. I don't really think it's what you think it is. It's like, give it time. Okay? All right, guys.